You want to be ready for crap hits the fan, right? Of course, we all do. It is coming. And when we look at food and stockpiling food, longevity is the key. I mean, think about this. The last thing you want to do is have it. So we're in crap hits the fan. Things are really bad. And suddenly you realize you don't have enough food because it all went to rot. It's all spoiled. Obviously bad news. So we're going to look at things besides your normal stuff, rice and beans, store-bought stockpiles, canned food. Obviously, I highly recommend those things and others too. But there are 7 hidden gems, things you absolutely should be looking for and stockpiling because it's going to help you out tremendously in making sure you have a lot of food that lasts a long time. And it's honestly foods that a lot of people in the prepping community don't usually think about first. But here we go, 7 awesome things. Number 1, instant potatoes. They are inexpensive. You can get lots of them off the shelves right now. Honestly, I always say take them and put them into Mylar bags with an oxygen absorber. And then when you buy your instant potatoes, make sure you buy those without butter because the butter will actually make it go rancid. So instant potatoes are a great thing, especially to supplement your other foods. Stock up on a lot of instant potatoes. Number 2, sardines. They are a perfect protein source. So good for you. They're lots of flavors. They're super inexpensive. And honestly, the way the cans sit, they stock up and fill up your prepper pantry nicely. They're just really neat. I love them. They store great and they will last indefinitely. Now, it's not always tasty for some people to eat them raw right out of the can. So I guess they're not really raw, but eat them right out of the cans. So obviously supplementing things or putting them with your potatoes or a salad or something, chopping them up is a way you can make it more appetizing. But sardines are one of those perfect preps. Number 3, powdered milk. Obviously, especially if you have children, powdered milk, but even works well for baking. Maybe you're making dishes for the entire fam or for you and one other person, having powdered milk because milk may be a very difficult thing to come by. I mean, not to mention having it as a raw ingredient if you want to make your own formula for babies. But think about this. If there's some type of radiological disaster, the cows, when they're munching on stuff with radiation, will make it so you can't drink that milk. And having some powdered milk on hand will make it so you can continue that supply going for you and your family. Number 4, powdered eggs. Eggs, healthiest food ever. One of the best things you can eat. And it's perfect unless you don't have chickens in your backyard. Obviously, having fresh eggs is the way to go if you can get your hands on them. But right now, you can get some of your hands on eggs. So take them, freeze them. That's one possibility. Freeze dry them, which is a good way. Kind of goes for a long time. You can water glass them. Water glassing obviously doesn't last forever. It's like 18 months is the longest it goes. So one of the things you can do obviously is get powdered eggs. That's what I like to get as well. Get some powdered eggs. They will last indefinitely like that. All right. These next 3 are even more important. Make sure you like and subscribe and keep along with us and look at other 3 gems of things you want to stockpile. Number 5, electrolytes. You ever been thirsty? And I mean, really thirsty for the fact that you're like, oh my gosh, I'm so thirsty. You drink some water, you drink it down, 15 minutes later, peeing, and you're like, I'm still thirsty. What's going on? You are low on electrolytes. And that alone will make you want to take electrolytes. And it's really simple. Just get a glass of water and put a pinch of salt in there every time you drink a glass of water or whatever you're drinking. It'll help out a lot. But you don't want to go to obviously dehydration. For some reason, people don't like that. If you've ever been dehydrated, especially as a doctor, I'll tell you, you're on the verge of death. You're vomiting, you're pooing, all these things are happening. Your entire body situation is shutting down unless you're finding a way to replenish those waters through electrolytes. Obviously, you're going to head in the direction you don't want to go. So try to counteract it now. Now, besides putting just salt into a glass of water, one of the things that I love, and I'm not endorsed by this company or sponsored by any means, is called Key Nutrients Electrolytes. I love this stuff. Lots of different flavors. I drink one, practically speaking, every single day to keep my electrolytes up, especially as you get older. This is important, especially if you work out a lot. Crap, it's the fan. You're going to be working out a lot. You want to make sure you have lots of electrolytes. And this one's sweetened with stevia, which most people are able to handle. I can't have artificial sweeteners, but stevia I can, which is nice. So there's no carbs in this at all, but gives you really good flavors. And honestly, this one tastes like you're drinking a glass of cold pink lemonade. Blows my mind for the fact I can have these drinks and being on keto, and it makes me feel really good. So make sure you have whatever this or putting some salt and water. Make sure you keep up on your electrolytes. Number 6, honey. I cannot stress how important it is you have honey. It is the prepper's food. Amazing. First off, it's a perfect natural sweetener. So if you want to sweeten something without putting sugar in it or high fructose corn syrup or whatever, honey is the way to go. You can easily just add a little bit to give a little bit of flavor and taste. And not to mention local honey, if you get it, helps with allergies. By dosing you with all those pollens, it makes your body easier to go past what's called that sensitized dose, and therefore you will obviously have less symptomology when the allergies kick in. But even more so, honey actually has medicinal properties. For example, it is an antimicrobial antibiotic. So if you have a wound, of course, I'm telling you this as a doctor, check with your doctor on this. I always have to give that disclaimer. Put it in the wound. It will actually help kill the bacteria in the wound. But even more important, it lasts forever. Honey, if anything, may crystallize a little bit and just simply heat it up and be good. But there's no storage needed, no special techniques like Mylar bags, nothing like that. Just store it in its jar and it'll last like that forever. Honey is perfect. And number 7, instant coffee. I mean, think about it. The apocalypse is going to be bad. But without coffee, it's going to be, oh my gosh, don't even think about that. There's so many people who depend on coffee every day to get themselves going. It is the number 1 drink worldwide. Now, I don't drink coffee, and hopefully you can get off it. That'd be a good thing. But, if you like a good cup of coffee, unfortunately, regular coffee beans and grounds and stuff with the fats in there will go rancid. They will not last forever. However, instant coffee will. It's been freeze-dried. It's made in the original container. Just keep it in there. Or if you want to shift it to a Mylar bag with an oxygen absorber, it'll last, practically speaking, forever. Stock up on it now, so that way you won't have a cranky apocalypse. All right, so 7 things that I think a lot of people don't think about when it comes to stockpiling. There's probably more. As always, I love to read through these. Put it in the comments below. And as always, you know what? Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.